Hello, everyone. My name is Jim Hambel, or as my students call me, Mr. Hambel. I am a physical education teacher, elementary school in the Bronx, New York. One thing also cool about me is that I'm in the U.S. Bowling Hall of Fame for a 300 and an 800 series. So, what I'm going to share to you today is one of my favorite activities, bowling. Sports is great. It's a lifelong sport, meaning if you play it, you can have a long life. There's a couple different things you could do, even though at your home, because you might be wondering, I don't have a ball. I don't have any pins. Well, I happen to have a ball, but anything that rolls, like rolled up socks, anything can work. And if you don't have any pins, you could use bobbles, Legos, blocks, a couple things I'm going to show you how to use today. So before we start, let's make sure we have good form, right? So whatever hand you want to hold the ball, hold the other hand supports it. That's step one. Step two is then you kind of swing. Step with the opposite foot. I'll show you more what I do. Step with the opposite foot. And then when you follow through, make sure your hand doesn't just go Your hand comes all the way up. Kind of like you're making a bicep muscle, you're flexing a muscle, or you're trying to take a drink of water. So, it looks like this. Perfect. That's step one. Now, as you can see, I happen to have a bowling pin, but I didn't have out three, so I have some bottles. The first thing I'm going to try to do is use a pin and two bottles. You want to try to pick things that will, try to fall down, but you can experiment, have some fun. A little stem. So let's do it. Okay, I'm going to stand back here so you can see how the pins go. What's it called when you knock them all down? A strike. Now, what's also cool about bowling at home is that how are you going to keep track of your scores? You can use a handy dandy picture score sheet, or if you're more into writing numbers, my handy dandy numbers worksheet. The way it works is that every pin is worth a point. So if you knock it down or if you move it a little bit, that's okay. That'll count towards your score. You want to try to get the highest score possible. Since only 3 points, that's okay. So for this one, I'm going to write my name. Now I use this with my students. They love it. So how many pins did I knock down? I knocked down 3 pins. So I'm going to circle 3. So that means if I were done right now, I'd have 3 total points. And then I would set the pins up and then another person go. On this one, you could have more than one person. If you only have one person bowling, that's fine too. But you would write your name over here. And we'll write down 3. So that way when everyone's done, you would add and marry up all the scores. And then on the bottom, you would have your team total. I love bowling because it's such a great team, fun sport. But I just used my pins, a pin and some bottles. Let's try some other different stuff. Like let's try some blocks. Of course, when you're bowling, when you're playing anything at home, make sure that you have a nice, safe space. Make sure that you have a bottle of water. And make sure that you're going at your own pace and you're not going too fast or slow. All right, so if you have enough blocks or anything, or like Legos, whatever, you want to put 4 in the back. It's going to look like a giant triangle. You don't want to put them too close together. You also don't want to have them too far apart. Because remember, you have 1 ball and 10 little objects that you're aiming for. So, right now I'm using thinner blocks. If I want to do something fancy like this and get creative, I could, but I was playing around with this before. So now I have my 10, so I have 4 in the back, 3 in the second row, 2 in the next to first row, and 1 in the front. So let me show you what it looks like up close so you know what to look for. Okay? So let's use our scorecard, add on to what I just did before, and let's bowl. All right? Normally a round of bowling is 10 frames or 10 chances. And you would normally get 2, but I modified the game a little bit, so it's a little bit easier. especially if you're playing with other people. You just have to worry about one pin is worth a point. So let's try it. Let's see how it works with these. Oh, all right, so step. Okay, 10 minus 2 is 8. So if on this one we're counting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't have to use both cards, but I'm just kind of showing you how they would work if you were doing it. So I got 8. If you don't get anything, you don't have to write 0. You could just keep it going, right? So it also helps to have one person bowling and also play with someone else, so someone else can put the pins up to speed it up. So I'm by myself, so I'm going to have to do really quick. All right. There we go, we got the ball. Okay, let's watch, let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. For your standing up, that means I knocked down 7. Okay, put 7 on my scorecard, and I circle off 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, I gotta go put up the pins. All right. Normally I would keep playing on this card. It'd be easy. You just count all the pins, and on the bottom, you would just write down your total score. 7 plus 3, 18. And same over here is 18. And I hope you have fun bowling with me. And what scores can you get? Have fun.